Today, I'm going to talk to you about my journey. And my journey started with one day back in 2007. I was a senior in high school, and there we go. I was going to my senior year of high school, and I traveled to Ghana to have a global experience. And while I was there, I spent most of my time in the city of Accra, volunteering in an orphanage and school. But I managed to take a day off and to go traveling in the rural areas and go do a little hiking. So that day changed my understanding of poverty, and it changed how I saw my place in the world. When I was there, I visited a remote village called Akaa, and I saw these children. This was my first picture from there. And the children were running around and playing in the middle of the day on a Friday. And I thought, okay, I was playing hooky. Were they doing that as well? No, I learned that they didn't attend school at all because there was no school in this community. And back in the US, I was in the middle of my college application process. And now here I was in rural Ghana, meeting people who didn't even have the opportunity for a basic primary education. College wasn't even on the radar. There was this undeniable gap in the opportunity that I had, and that was in this village. And it got me thinking, what if these 10 children that I met, what if even 5? What if even just one of them had the opportunity for a full education? What would that do for their future, for their family? What would that do for this community? And that realization, that emotional response, was a realization of passion. And I've come to realize that passion is what drives us. It's that hustle, that determination, and that love that keeps us going. It's what makes us step outside of our comfort zone and pushes us to become better. And that realization of passion was a turning point for me. That fire, it made me realize that it was then that I needed to decide whether I was going to feed that fire or just let it flicker and die. 7 months later, the Akaa Community School had its first day of class. And the school was not my ideal home. I simply helped the community realize what it could be. What were the possibilities? And there were a couple very basic educated community members who understood the importance of schooling. And they rallied together parents to build this very simple mud structure. And those adults, they volunteered as teachers, and now 25 students had access to education. Now, when I first took this step, honestly, I had no idea where it would lead or what the future looked like. But what I did know is that I had decided to be bold. I decided to stand up for what I believed and do something about it. And it disrupted my whole life. It disrupted my suburban upbringing. It made me think way beyond myself, my family, my friends, and it steered the course of my future. So shortly after the school started, more children started attending, which was great. And the community pulled resources together to build a better structure. And then with the rainy season coming, we also had to add a tin roof so that classes could continue, rain or shine. And with this expansion of the school, I realized that this could be a platform to change and address other community challenges, such as family health, clean water and sanitation, and financial well-being. From that, the Akaa Project was born. And let me say, when I went to Ghana, I had no idea that within a year I would be developing a nonprofit. I was in no way qualified. I didn't have a college degree, massive resources, or a wide network. And I certainly didn't know about tax-deductible donations, 501c3s, or who the IRS was, and why they wanted me to fill out all this paperwork. But I had passion, and that fire is what led me to have a willingness to learn. So I went through along this journey, I had some very unexpected learnings and experiences that I would have never expected. So here is myself and some College of Wooster students teaching P90X yoga to school children. We're doing our reverse triangle pose here. I can now tell you when a sow is about to give birth. I'm just going to leave it there. I never expected that one of my proudest moments would be building a toilet, but it is. And right now, I have a lizard problem. I don't know if you can see that, but those are all lizards. And I'm on this ongoing quest to find a solution so that the lizards will stop sunbathing on our toilets. And I also I guess I never realized I'd be talking about toilets in front of an audience, but here I am. And the College of Wooster was a huge part, a significant part of this journey. I spent 4 years here, 4 out of the 6.5 years that the Akaa Project has existed. And through that time, I ran Akaa from various dorm rooms, Lowry Pit, and on the bus rides to and from tennis matches and field hockey games. And then I got more students involved on campus. Not only on campus, but I brought them to Ghana. And here's a couple of the most recent trips. I won't embarrass the volunteers that are here right now. But I also realized from Wooster that how I could bridge academics to the work that I was doing and my passion. I created a self-designed major so that I could focus on global development and social impact. But it was during my independent study, my IS, that I truly appreciated this connection. I had a wonderful and very patient advisor, hi Professor Ladina, who helped me create a tangible thesis. And this was really important for me. If I was going to spend a full year researching and writing this 100-page document, I wanted it to have value. I didn't want it just sitting on the shelf and getting dusty. So the conclusion of my IS was an implementation plan. How to implement a water resource management system in rural communities like Akaa. After graduation, I went to Ghana and I dug water wells, 2 boreholes. This is, I love this picture, this is one of our head teachers, and I caught his reaction right when they hit water and all the water was spraying up from the hole. So we dug these 2 water wells, and then I implemented this plan. And the plan wasn't perfect, I made changes along the way, but I gained a greater appreciation and understanding of the concepts that I was dealing with. And now, 400 people have access to clean water and are actively managing those wells. Now, the Akaa Project is not what it started as. It has grown with me, with my time at the college, at the time after that, and it's been through mistakes, bumps and bruises, but it's come out stronger, better, and more connected. At the core, what we do is that community involvement. But that school, that small but school, now has 100 students from 5 villages. I'm talking about toilets again. These are our wonderful, awesome micro-flush toilets. And we were the first school in Ghana to receive this kind of technology. These are some of our community ventures that we started to generate income so that the school can sustain itself. And then a recent addition to our school is a tablet lab that's run by solar power. And these tablets are loaded with Khan Academy, Wikipedia for schools, and other educational resources so that students can learn. Now, each year we're improving on these things. And there's no doubt the next chapter of the Akaa Project is going to lead to many more unexpected adventures and experiences. And this story is just one example of the possibilities, of how it's possible to feed that fire, decide to act, and be bold before knowing what might come. So, when I leave the stage, I want you to ask yourself, what's your passion? And it's okay if you don't know. Think about what brings about that hustle, that determination, and that love. And then, how are you going to act on that? Maybe it's joining a political campaign, or picking up that piece of litter. Maybe it's helping organize the next TEDx conference. Or maybe it's finding a solution to my lizard problem. But whatever it is, great things happen and beautiful journeys start when you take that first step. Thank you.